are here once again in our backyard concept with another raised bed design, and joining us again is Steve Upson with the Noble Research Institute. And Steve, thanks again for coming and sharing another idea with us.
You're welcome.
We know you're a fan of tires, but this is a different take on it. So tell us about the pros and cons of this particular design.
Okay, we refer to this as the easy access garden bed. Easy access because it is easy in terms of accessing. We're looking at waist high, so it's a raised bed, right?
Perfect, yeah. No bending.
That's the idea. This is the highest profile bed that we have. No bending, okay, for adults.
And it provides a lot of planting area, more so than some of the others.
This has the largest surface area, planting area, and it's 40 inches wide, which is wider than most of the other beds. It also incorporates a little more soil depth, a little bit more opportunity to grow a myriad different crops, and instead of having a multiple, maybe say the modular type beds, sometimes this one bed will satisfy an entire, family. It does take a little longer to construct.
Yeah, this isn't something that you would make and take and move it. You're going to build this in place, right?
Right, it'll be in place. It sets on the semi tires, like you can see here. We have 6 tires. You can put other combinations together and make it as long as possible, but from a logistics standpoint and just making it feasible, we found that this arrangement, 3 stacks of 2, works really well for most backyards.
And the semi-tire just makes it larger. Could you still use the regular
You can.
vehicle tires?
It's a little bit less sturdy. These tires are extremely sturdy. They're built, of course, stronger for trucks. They're a little more difficult to work with, so you want to make sure that you have plenty of time and take your time to do it, because it does take a little bit more time to put together. But once it's together, it doesn't move. This is a very heavy bed.
So we've got our stacks of tires. Tell us a little bit about that interface of the soil and the tires.
Okay, so we have the liner here is just corrugated roofing tin. It actually bends up underneath and lays on top of the upper tire. The tires support the whole structure, obviously. And then we have a crack in between both sides.
Okay.
And that allows the roots to grow down through the actual container here into the soil that we use to fill the tires.
So there is soil in each of these tires.
There's soil in the tires. It's just regular garden soil. And what we prefer up top here is more of a potting type of soil.
Okay.
But it is heavy enough that you could put a good sandy loam soil and then amend that with potting soil if you'd like, because it can withstand the weight.
So what about the ends? Because obviously the sheet metal doesn't curve up on the ends.
You could turn the sheet metal up on its end so it would conform to the shape of the bed, the tire. But in this case, to make it look more attractive, we've just lined it with treated 2x, and it makes it look, like I said, a little nicer. It solves the problem of trying to hook the metal, arrange it that way. You stain the wood, and then of course we try to treat this metal. We'll put some coating on the inside to keep it from rusting this quick.
Okay, and then we've got our wood stakes here simply to help provide more support for any accessories we do on top.
Right. It's all the wood is part of the frame, and then we've got these little pipe here to accept any bows or, like you said, any trellis type of arrangement, attachment, accessory you want to build on top of the bed.
All right, so we got again a nice low frame here for season extension, but as some of your other beds have shown, we can do trellises just simply by changing this out.
Right, yeah, and you can customize them any way you want to. You could put a little different size of pipe here if you wanted to go with a little smaller pipe for a trellis, like we have on some of the other beds, but this is the design we came up for this particular little mini micro tunnel or hoop house on top of this bed.
All right, well, it looks like a really nice addition, something that you could easily kind of incorporate to kind of be a fence, on a deck or something that you could harvest from as well. So
I think this is one of our more attractive beds. And another nice thing about it, Casey, is that because of the indentation between the tires, you can actually put your foot up under the bed, and it takes some of the weight off of your back. So I guess if you say this is ergonomically correct position to be working with. Instead of bending your back,
Right.
you put your leg here, and that way you don't have to bend over as much. So this is I think my wife's favorite bed. I keep bringing her up in a lot of this because I bounce a lot of ideas off her. She tells me if I'm sane or not.
Well, that means it's tried and true. So thank you for sharing this idea with us, Steve.
You are very welcome. It's been fun.
We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.